Cells
Cells with
chlorophyll.
Yes, cells with chlorophyll, right? There are thousands and thousands of chlorophyll just in one small leaf, right? So entire world, is just surviving because of these green dots out here, these green pigments out here. Can you believe it? If there were no plants, there would have been no further life on this planet Earth. Because directly or indirectly, we are all surviving on these green plants.
Ma'am, but we can eat mushrooms and live?
But do you think there's enough mushroom for us to suffice? There are so many people who do not have mushrooms. And where do mushrooms grow?
In
How do
forest.
mushrooms grow?
Ma'am, they grow in forests.
Yeah, they grow in forests. Whenever you will see that, they are very closely found trees and there is no sunlight going through here, no sunlight passing through. Here you will find mushrooms where there is no sunlight. So mushrooms also need a shelter called trees, green plants. So you will not even find mushroom. And how does mushroom come in? After all the dead and decaying matter of the plants, trees fall down on the soil, they decompose. That is how the mushroom grows there. Isn't it? So mushrooms are also indirectly dependent on green plants. No green plants, not a single life on earth. Simple. Do you think any of the herbivorous animals would have been alive?
No, ma'am.
Even we have so much of plants. What would happen to the vegetarians? Yeah, you may say they would all turn to non-vegetarians, but all the meat that we eat are all vegetarians. The goat and the sheep and the cow, they're all vegetarians. If they don't survive, what animal, what plant, what will we eat? The birds. The
Ma'am, will
birds are,
people eat shark?
huh?
Ma'am, will people eat shark?
So what does shark eat?
Plants. Yeah.
So shark do not eat plants. Shark eats medium-sized fishes. What do
And
the
the fishes
medium-sized
eat
fishes
plants.
eat? Small-sized fishes. The small-sized fishes eat plants. Phytoplanktons. What are phytoplanktons? Phytoplanktons are small plants which are found underwater. Phyto means plants. Planktons means living organisms found in water. And what are zooplanktons? Zooplanktons are tiny little animals found under the water. They are known as zooplanktons. So zooplanktons eat phytoplanktons. And these zooplanktons are eaten by insects. These insects are being eaten by small fishes. These small fishes are eaten by medium fishes. And these medium fishes are being eaten by large fishes. So indirectly, isn't this large fish dependent on the phytoplankton?
Yes, ma'am.
So now you understand, if there is no plant, there's nothing. There's no life on earth. Okay. So chlorophyll is found in green plants. It is the pigment called chlorophyll or chloroplast, right? Autotrophs are always producers. They can never be consumers. Obviously, they make their own food on their own. So they're always producers. They're selfless creatures who are just preparing food for others. They don't eat, they're making it for others. Such selfless creatures they are. They make their own food with the help of inorganic substances like what? Carbon dioxide, water, हवा से खाना बना लेते हैं ये लोग. Just thin air and they make food. Such creatures they are. Two types, photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. These are the two types of autotrophs that's available.
Photoautotrophs. Makes food in the presence of light. Sunlight is necessary. Chloroplast, green pigment. Example, plants, green bacteria, purple bacteria, red bacteria. Ma'am, should I read chemoautotrophs?
Yeah.
Chemoautotrophs. makes food with the help of chemicals. Inorganic substances are present in their surroundings. Example, sulfur oxidizing bacteria, iron oxidizing bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria.
Correct. So these are the kind of bacteria, remember I told you, which are found deep down in the ocean. So they are known as deep water dwelling creatures or deep water dwelling organisms, right? They can make food out of the out of inorganic substances like bacteria, like nitrogen, sulfur, right? You name it, and they can make their nutrition out of it. Okay. Now, who is going to explain photosynthesis? Unmana, can you explain photosynthesis to me?
Ma'am, photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their food. So the process is like the carbon dioxide that is present in the air. So it enters the leaves of the plants through tiny pores on the leaves called stomata. So inside the plants, with the help of sunlight, air like carbon dioxide and water, and the green pigment chlorophyll, they make food for the plants. So this process is called photosynthesis.
Very good, very good. And remember the chemical formula that we had written? That could also be applicable, if they ask, you could also include that chemical formula for photosynthesis. Okay. Now, tell me something. What is the role of stomata? What is the role of stomata in photosynthesis?
It like the carbon dioxide enters the plant through stomata, and stomata also helps in transpiration.
Very good. Excellent. So what time is the stomata closed and when is it open?
Ma'am, it opens mainly during the day and then and closes in the night. But if there is
Yeah. Okay. So after photosynthesis, this is the function of the stomata, right? So who will be able to read this out? Anna, read this out.
yes, ma'am, of course. Main function of stomata is to open and close the pores in the leaves for an exchange of gases. It allows the plants to take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen for photosynthesis. Based on the weather conditions, it closes or opens its pores to keep the moisture content developed.
Correct. So what happens in desert areas? How do the stomata behave there?
Most of the time they close.
Most of the time.
Oh, but how? Like there are thorns, right?
Okay. So what happens is that over there in the desert area, we know that in cactus, the leaves have been modified to spines. What are the spines? The spines are basically leaves. So then who has the chlorophyll? The stem has the chlorophyll.
The stem has.
Right? So the stem, these are the stem. So the stem has the chlorophyll. Obviously, if they have chlorophyll, they will have also certain stomata in them. And especially the peak hours, maybe from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the stomata is closed because it's too hot then. Only in the early hours and the late hours during the evening, the stomata is open. So whenever there is sunlight, there will be photosynthesis happening. Whenever after sunset, there is no photosynthesis. Simple, isn't it? Because photosynthesis only happen for photosynthesis to happen, it requires sunlight.
Mom, can stomata like not function at times?
Yeah. So that is when there's too much of hot. When it's too hot.
Okay, mom. Like don't these tomatoes sometimes?
Sorry.
Mom, like this stomata doesn't function all the time. Like maybe as you told in deserts, the stomata is closed from 1 to 3.
I'm just
So
giving you a very vague,
yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
tell me.
But suppose they are open, like the stomata will be damaged, right?
The stomata will not be damaged. It's just that the excess water will go out. Because if an opening, what is stomata basically? See, stomata is basically stoma is basically a hole like this, which is being guarded by two cells on both the sides, which are known as the guard cells, because they are guarding
Yes,
the
ma'am.
stomata. Right now, this portion is filled with water, right? And the moment it increases the pressure of the water, there's a word called turgidity. Turgid. When you pierce your nail or something within a leaf, have you seen certain small water-like, juice-like thing coming out?
Sap.
Not sap really, but yeah, that's the water content within the leaf, right? That's the water content within the leaf, and that is the thing which actually helps in opening and closing the stomata. For example, this is a closed stomata. These guard cells push it really hard to close the stomata, because that is when they feel that too much of water is going out through this pore. So please close it.
Ma'am.
First, you tell what you know.
Ma'am, chloroplast is an cell organelle which is found in plant cells.
Mhm.
It consists of two parts called granum and stroma.
Very good. Yes.
Granum are made up of thylakoids,
Mhm.
and these thylakoids have chlorophyll,
Mhm.
and in the chloroplast, in the granum,
Mhm.
half of the respiration takes place, and in the stroma, half of the respiration takes place.
Correct. So basically, photosynthesis, maybe in your higher classes you would study photosynthesis has got two subparts. One is light photosynthesis and the other is dark
Dark.
photosynthesis. Yes, light and dark photosynthesis. So light photosynthesis has got everything to do with hydrogen, and dark photosynthesis has got everything to do with carbon. As in, the carbon that's there in the carbon dioxide and this hydrogen that's there in water. So all put together, and how, there's some enzyme called the rubisco. This enzyme actually converts it to glucose. So it is CO2 plus H2O, right? So this carbon comes here and becomes C6. This hydrogen comes here, becomes H12, and this oxygen comes here, becomes O6 glucose. And there's this extra oxygen here, O2 oxygen. This is photosynthesis, and everything happens within the chloroplast, in the stroma and the thylakoids. Okay, so this is the photosynthesis that I explained and that I had, shown it through a diagram. This is an open stoma and this is a closed stoma, right? And the guard cells, see, there are these chloroplasts, the green color pigments that you see, these are all the chloroplasts here. Okay, and with the help of those water, this is very important. This is filled with water. This is what pushes and helps the stoma to open and close and builds turgidity. The moment you stop watering a plant, what happens?
It dries up, it becomes dehydrated.
Yeah, it withers. Have you seen the leaves, just bending on one side, withering away and, wilting? Have you seen that? Why? Because these vacuoles do not have water then anymore. Because this is what actually makes the plant the turgidity. That's also known as the turgid pressure. That is something which actually keeps the plant erect and straight. The moment you don't water, it loses turgidity and it, kind of bends, wilts. The leaves are like flat, right? So water plays a very important role in the life of a plant. So see, these are the bacteria that I was talking about, right? Purple bacteria, red bacteria, blue-green bacteria, proteobacteria. Anna, can you please read it out?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Purple bacteria. Purple bacteria, red bacteria, and blue-green bacteria are protobacteria that are prototrophic
Proteobacteria.
and are capable of. Yes, ma'am.
Proteobacteria.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry. Uh, Proteobacteria that are prototrophic and are capable of producing their own food via photosynthesis. They are pigmented with bacteria chlorophyll A or B together with various carotenoids, which give them colors ranging between purple, red, brown, and orange.
Correct. Colors ranging from. So basically, you know, as I said, no, we eat the vegetable called carrot. It has got a pigment called carotenoid. Carotenoid is basically an orange color pigment which gives the orange color to the carrot. Right? Similarly, there's something called a erythropoietin or something. This gives it the red color. Similarly, we have a pigment called cyano. Cyano gives the purple color or the blue color. As we have the chloro. Chloro means green. Right? We have pigments found in different colors in the plant kingdom, which gives it different color.